I didn't know Superman just does this. I know that I'm not supposed to get it, but I do not get this emergency bat turn thing. So he pulls a lever, it's nighttime, and then suddenly it cuts to daytime, and then two parachutes just fling out of the back of the Batmobile that I guess creates some sort of resistance or something. And now it's just flat out daytime, although I think they slightly darkened the screen. So the parachutes have somehow made the Batmobile just turn around, even though you can see the parachutes lying down there. And then, like, wouldn't this be dangerous to do in actual traffic? It's not like it went into the other lane. It flat out just did a 180. And then it speeds off, just leaving the parachutes on the road. And now there's sunset on the other side so that it doesn't look like bad editing. Good job. Might I just also mention that my camera's at 88 minutes of battery? Like, the other one would go up to like 115, but I didn't think that this one would go past 87. Well, now it's at 87, so whatever. Hey there, guys. Is this crooked? It looks crooked to me. But I just, like, edited my read-through of that Numbers book, and that was... I mentioned that that looked crooked too, and it didn't really look that crooked. This looks crooked. I don't know. Maybe this camera stand's breaking. Because, like, I can't show it now because it's on the other side, but, like, it was leaning down. If I had it... Because the point is that this camera stand can go like this, right? It can change the angle. But, like, if I had it facing downward, it would, like, drift down. Like it's losing its grip or something like that. Sorry, you guys don't know what I'm talking about. I've had this camera stand such a long time, but it feels like I just got it. Though I have had it much longer than the pandemic, and it feels like that lasted forever. But anyway, so, I swear to God, I am never going to be able to make it through a video without mentioning the pandemic. But, we're here to review Action Comics number 2. Now, I want to make it very clear, my plan is not to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for obvious reasons. I would never run out. They're still making Action Comics right now. I think they're taking a little break now to do a future state story or something, but then I think they're coming right back to it. I gotta, like, I feel kind of bad, like, making these videos of me reviewing, like, other people's work, which is, like, I like to think that, like, I'm giving my own unique thoughts on it. You know, I don't want my life to be summed up as me making videos based on other people's work. I want to, like, give my own thoughts too. And that's why I do make the videos every now and then of me reading a story that I wrote. You know, get my original. I'm actually watching 60s Batman right now, if you can see that. It's the episode with the bookworm in it. And I can really relate to that villain, because it seems like he's just been driven crazy over the fact that we're supposed to believe that he's read every single book there is, which is impossible. And he does, like, kind of just pick up a book in this episode that he hasn't apparently read. But we're supposed to believe that he's read a heck-a-ton of books, and he's got all that information in here. And despite reading all those books, he can't come up with a story of his own, and that's what's driving him crazy. And, like, as someone who hopes to be a writer one day, that really hits hard. Anyway. Action Comics number 2, let's just get the review on. Okay, whatever, I look back at the footage, it looked crooked. I guess the stand is breaking. Whatever, okay, whatever. Hi, Smudge, how you doing? Okay. Anyway, so, I'm just looking at this Zatanna thing here, it's stupid. The gun becomes a banana. Let's kill Hitler, rip this off. What's with everything, like, ripping everything off? Like, I'm pretty sure it's just a matter of the fact that people are coming up with similar ideas. Hi there, Smidgy. Smitty, I'm trying to make a video right now, okay? Smitty, you made me lose my page. Okay, hang on, Smitty. Like, Smudge, stop. Stop, it's okay, Smudgy. Don't worry, Smudgy. Okay, anyway, as I was trying to say. Right, because there's, like, an episode of Sliders that is basically the Hunger Games, and Sliders came out way before the Hunger Games. And there's also, like, in the Sarah Jane Adventures, there's that guy, Mr. Smith, who just seems like Jarvis. So did Iron Man rip off the Sarah Jane bit? I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. Smudge, now you're wrecking the puzzle. Okay, Smudge, hang on. Puzzle. Poor Smudgy. So, as I mentioned both in a caption and myself, hey, I think I actually referenced the captions. Hi there, captions. So I think Superman was banned from being on the Action Comics covers because the first one was too scary, a guy lifting a car. And then eventually they realized that they're only reading Action Comics for Superman, so they just kind of put him back. But hey, wonder where this is going to fit into the story. Or maybe it's not even in this story. Get it for a dime. It's always so weird because I always imagine like you could bring your modern day wallet back in time and get whatever you want for such a small price, but at the same time, like the physical look of money changes over time. Like, especially in Canada, $20 bills today don't look like $20 bills even as recent as 2012. I remember like because I was kind of into like collecting money, not in the sense of, you know, how everyone wants money, but just in the sense of just being interested into how it looked and stuff like that. And I remember in 2013 when they were changing the look, it was like, whoa, this is so. Yeah, I'll put up two consecutive pictures of what they used to look like and what they look like now. Let's go. Done. Now I got 5 minutes left of room. I'm gonna have to clear up some space. So as I mentioned before, the cliffhanger of Superman falling to his death is resolved by him being Superman, and that's literally it. Like, whatever. It's number two. They got some. They gotta find their feet. Even though, you know, if you make a crap movie, people don't care if the sequel idea is good. If the movie didn't do great, you're probably not going to get a sequel. Unless if you're Superman the movie. Not that that movie was crap, it's just they were already doing a sequel before the first one even came out. Whatever, anyway. So this guy warns this guy and says, this guy's no ordinary man. He's like, don't worry, I got him. And I want you to guess what his plan is to deal with this guy, is to shoot him. Now, I know he doesn't know that he's bulletproof yet. Like, I don't think that we're even supposed to know that he's bulletproof, other than that part in the first one where he just gets shot by a bullet, but this is like a bunch of bullets. But like, how would he know? I don't know. Whatever. The point is that they get arrested or whatever. I'm doing a great job at giving my original thoughts to the world on this. I know that I mentioned this in the first one, but I hate this version of Lois. Okay, so first of all, I don't understand why Clark says, Lois, why, what are you doing here? That's just bad grammar. Maybe the comics put why and then decided to do what, or maybe they were trying to make him stutter, like how a human actually does sometimes, that they like say a sentence wrong and then they quickly correct themselves. And then Lois responds with, our editor decided to have me accompany you to the war zone and send back dispatches colored with my distinctive feminine touch. What? This is the narrator. This isn't a character talking. This is the all-knowing narrator of the story. Lola Cortez, woman of mystery, an exotic 1930s for you. Funny thing is, I was watching the 60s Batman, obviously, and there's a scene where they're having this beauty contest thing, which is apparently something that people used to do back in the day, and like, I turned to my mom and I was just like, is this something that happens in the real world? And she was apparently so happy and proud that I said that, because she likes to think that the current generation growing up knows that that's a horrible thing to do, because apparently when she was growing up it was just something that was accepted, and she was like, this is horrible, which it is. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting. Superman's super strength works against him, that he just gets startled for a minute, and then, even though he has super hearing, but whatever, he can still get startled. I don't know, whatever. Point is that he leans on the railing, and then it breaks, and then he falls into the water. And then he just swims really fast. Like, I just love this. He swims faster than the boat, and then at just a random point, when he's a good distance in front of the boat, he stops and salutes it and goes, see you later. But I also gotta ask, I never really got this. Superman has all these powers, but he doesn't really. Aquaman's the one who goes underwater. Like, okay, yeah, Superman's probably a fast swimmer, and I doubt that Superman becomes, like, completely vulnerable in the water, otherwise that'd probably be, like, a huge weakness that we know about, although then again, this water does look green like kryptonite. But can Superman breathe underwater, or does he just hold his breath, because he can go into space? There's that scene in Superman 3 where he's in that plastic bubble, and I remember, like, my stepmom was shouting, He's got to use his laser vision. And I was just like, but does he even need to breathe if he can fly in space? So I assume this Superman is weak compared to other versions because he flat out punches this guy and his head doesn't explode. What's going on here? Is that meant to be Hitler or something? Like, I know this is around World War II or whatever. I heard stories of like how soldiers would like their pictures of soldiers reading action comics during their breaks in battles to kind of motivate them. Such a sweet story. For a singular page, Superman doesn't even show up at all, and I kind of forgot that this was a Superman story for a second. Like, Jesus, is this a story of a guy dying in a desert? Is this what frickin' newspaper headlines were? Amazing war pictures? What the frick? I'm a reporter down here on news assignment. What about you? A wealthy traveler. Who would respond with that? This is just cringy as all hell. He's rescuing the damsel in distress, but I do like his sass. I didn't know Superman just does this. But when will I see you again? Who knows? Perhaps tomorrow, perhaps never. It reminds me of Arthur, you know, the cartoon Arthur with Bionic Bunny being an obvious parody of Superman. But as a kid, I didn't know really anything about Superman, so I didn't realize that Bionic Bunny was supposed to be that. And at the end of every episode, that news reporter goes, "But who are you really?" And then Bionic Bunny says, "Just a citizen trying to do his best," or something like that, and then he takes off. And it's like, that just reminds me of that panel there. So here he is in a plane fight. I never got, like, in Superman Returns, he struggles so much just to rescue a plane. Shouldn't he be able to lift it with his pinky? Why are people just fine with that scene? I don't know. There we go, and I've gone from 0 minutes of room to 16. Okay, there we go. Anyway, so this guy says, "Let me return to the US. I've grown to hate war." You liked war before? Why is the background entirely yellow? What the heck? What? What? Are they in some sort of fun house? I do remember as a kid, like, you know, I was fascinated by the fact of World War One, World War Two, and I remember I was a stupid kid, so I would, like, go out of my way to ask people, like, when do you think World War Three will happen? Jesus. I don't know. Kids are stupid. Since you've been gone, there's been no Superman news. Maybe he's retired for good. What? Shouldn't it have been when he's gone, there's nothing but Superman news? Because when Clark is gone, it's normally because he's Superman? Okay, somehow, Chief, I have a hunch he'll make his appearance again soon. Alright. Attention all American youth. It's not technically me, but whatever. Superman now appears on the comic page of many newspapers. If you would like to see him in your local newspaper, fill in Action Comics 480. Oh, I thought that was number 40. It's like, well, we're only on number 2. And we will try to get your paper to run it as a daily strip. But how did they find this? Never mind. Okay, I get it. I guess we're back to this stand that can only turn like this, but not up or down. It's made in Germany, okay. Anyway, that story was whack. I don't know what to say, man. I don't get why people are all like, Action Comics #1 is objectively the greatest Action Comics ever written. When it's pretty much the exact same ridiculousness amount as #2. Like, I think Action Comics #1 and Action Comics #2 are kind of the exact same in quality, but people say that Action Comics #1 is the best and Action Comics #2 isn't even considered because it's the first one and people don't actually care about storytelling. People don't care about storytelling anymore. People just don't care about storytelling. They just don't, like... Sorry, I just get ticked off. There's so much content out there. And so much of it, like, you can't get a huge blockbuster unless if it's superhero or Star Wars. And it's like... what the hell? Remember back in 1977 when a superhero blockbuster movie was inconceivable? Now it's all that's coming out? Oh man. Sorry, this isn't about the comic. I've said what I want to about the comic. Just, the show Rick and Morty, the adult cartoon show, do not show it to your kids. It is not a kid's show. It is not a kid's show. Repeat after me, it is not a kid's show. But for some reason, I feel so compelled to go ahead and watch it, even though I hate it. So I'm not even looking. I don't want to research when is Rick and Morty Season 5 coming out? Because for all I know, maybe it's already come out. Please do not tell me in the comments if it's already out, because I do not actually want to watch it. But the point is that, like, you know, there was that episode, Season 4, Episode 3, that made me, like, sit back and say, like, I have to take a break from the show. And I did, for, like, about half a year or something like that. Because, like, it was a story about Morty being demotivated as a writer, and that really struck a chord with me, and not in a good way. And there's also a line where Summer says, I don't know, it's pretty easy to get a Netflix deal. 5 of my friends got Netflix deals. I think that's supposed to be a joke, but I was just like, what? Where's my Netflix? I don't know, man. I feel like I'm just sulking. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, time for me to go and sulk on my own time. So, like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, comment down why, subscribe, all that stuff. Bye-bye, guys. Action Comics number 42. Whatever's next in that 80 years book, whatever. Oh, I see. There's Batmobile parachute pickup service that goes and picks up the parachutes. Okay. They're still on there. Like, do they just sit there and wait for... Whatever. It sounds like not a bad job. I love this parking here. Just a bit more forward. There we go. So, the new glasses that I have that are mainly for driving are turned into sunglasses. Well, they don't car for some reason. And they somehow fell out of the casing and onto the driveway, and now look at them. Look at them. They're like... But they've been lying on the driveway, so because of the sun, they turn into sunglasses. Like, holy crap. Now, these are sunglasses. I can barely see anything unless if it's outside. And outside, it actually looks not that... It actually looks not that bright. Holy crap. Well, thank God these glasses were found in the driveway. Anyway. Holy smokes, man. Look at them, see? They've already been out of the sun just for a little bit, and they're already almost back to normal. Like, jeez, man. Like, how... Can I time this? So they're in the sun. They start darkening. These glasses must be indestructible, by the way. I have no idea how they ended up on the driveway. I want to say sorry to them, but, like, maybe they were trying to escape or something. Like... Jeez, I was expecting it to take, like, even a couple hours to turn to normal, and they're already returning to normal. They seem to be taking a while to darken again. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Whatever. Jeez, oh god. How's that for brightness for you, glasses? So you can tell they're darkening. They just take a little bit, too. Well... whatever.